a healthy that you can kill your mom. Here's why women never fuck you. Here's how you can build a bomb. Power Ranger are you? Take this quirky quiz. Obama sent the immigrants to vaccinate your kids. Could I interest you in everything? All of
Welcome to the show and the live stream. It's NFL opener. Welcome to, as always, no pun intended. I'm your co-commissioner and co-host, Tyler Miles, and
you got me over here, co-commissioner, co-host, Eric Novak.
And we're going to start the show like we have done for years now, and that is with a whoosh. Welcome, guys. NFL season is kicking off. We're doing a little live stream as we watch the beginning of the game. We're going to unmute the game, do a little commentary. We got some listener questions, and we'll probably do some recaps of some highs and lows of the draft.
Yeah, it's going to be a action-packed night. Football is finally here. That is so exciting. And in a crazy turn of events, the first Thursday night game of the year is not on Amazon Prime. That's kind of weird. That's what I was, kind of thinking.
Also, who knew that they were going to be on Amazon Prime? We have to pay for Amazon Prime now?
Yeah.
What is that, like $1 million a month?
Yeah, bunch of bull. I'll tell you that right now. We're also celebrating tonight with a few pheasant poppers. We got some dub poppers. The classic jalapeno cream cheese bacon wrapped dub.
Oh, sorry.
What's so at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous path, for the realms we watched were so gallantly slain. Through the night that I played for you. Praise us and stars failed. For the land free. And the home of
And she hit the over.
She nailed it. We got it. $200.
Got the over, baby.
$200.
Woohoo!
Let's go. Starting off the year on a high note. Let's go.
We got, oh my God, they got The Rock, guys. They have The Rock. Second favorite Johnson. Dwayne The Rock. If only they could have got Millie out there, that would have been good. Great job.
Crazy twist of events. They did the whole national anthem in English subtitles, and then everything Dwayne The Rock Johnson said was in Spanish subtitles.
The season back here the same way. John McVay's reset the bar for young head coaches.
That was in English sub?
5 years.
That was just in Spanish subtitles when Dwayne The Rock Johnson was talking the whole time.
Super Bowl here 7 months ago.
Well, we're an inclusive podcast or show here, so while they're kicking off the kickoff, what do you say we start with maybe our first listener question?
Yeah, let's do the first listener question. Let's
All
put
right.
it in here.
Here we go. So this was actually a surprise listener from a long ways away.
Hello, this is John McAvey from Dublin, Ireland. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Say, I wanted to get a lay of the land of the league this year. What are you guys' take on who had the best draft there and who had the worst draft? What's the story, horse? Thank you very much. Keep doing what you're doing, and may the road rise up to meet you.
Oh, thank you, John, all the way from Dublin. Can you believe that?
I didn't even know that we had foreign fans.
I didn't
So,
know there was a city named Dublin.
Wow.
You want to start maybe pulling out, you want to pull out maybe what your favorite draft was?
Yeah, let me pull up the draft here again. Just remind myself of how good some of us did and how terrible some of us did. I would say a pretty good draft that someone had this year, just based off of first opinion, first glance here. I would probably have to go with Tyler Miles. Tyler Miles had a fantastic draft. Starting off with Justin Jefferson, Javonte Williams. I don't know. Yeah, believe you me, I think Javonte Williams is going to be a superstar in the future. Some young talent coming in there for Denver. Keenan Allen, next wide receiver up. I know it's kind of hard to pass up on any of the Rams receivers at this point. But David Montgomery, awesome late round pick. J.K. Dobbins is a little suspect now. Not really sure what's going on with the Ravens backfield, but all in all, I think if all of these, first 5 picks pan out, he has a very strong season ahead of him.
Yeah, I against really anything that I stand for, I'm actually going to say Ryan Johnson. A little surprised by his draft because he normally sucks, but I mean, he came away with a pretty solid starting lineup. You got Pat Mahomes and I mean, Alvin Kamara, who fell a little bit due to some of his concerns, but some of his legal concerns, but everything, all of our reports and all of our contacts are telling us that's probably going to be pushed to next year. A little weak on running back 2 with Clyde Edwards. I don't know how I feel about that so much, but assuming someone on his bench can blow up, he's looking to be pretty good. Wide receivers, Jerry Jeudy and Stephon Diggs, sort of a unpopular opinion. I actually think Jerry Jeudy is going to come away from this season looking a little bit better than Courtland Sutton. Yeah, a little bit of an unpopular opinion.
I would say based off of collegiate stats, Jerry Jeudy definitely has the higher hand. I would also say that Courtland Sutton has proved himself in the NFL quite a bit more than Jerry Jeudy has in their young careers. And if there's anything to be said about young talent who were very promising in college, especially on the offensive side of the ball, it's within the first few years, if you're showing it, you're showing it. And if you aren't, then the likelihood of you being a great player down the line isn't quite as likely.
Yeah, and I don't know that we really need to do a long explanation of our least favorite draft. I think we can both agree it was Nelson.
It's down.
Yeah.
And in Nelson's defense, actually no, the SDSU lost as well. So it's not like he was even having a good time. I'm not believing for a second, all of the whole, oh, my reception's so bad.
Yeah, it's funny. His reception wasn't bad, yet he never had an auto draft pick. That's kind of interesting. It's as if he was maybe there picking his own team. So not a lot to add on that part, Nelly. Nice try.
Yeah.
You're the one that's got to live with the repercussions.
Speaking of bad drafts, maybe we could go into the next phone call.
Oh yeah.
This
guys, this is a hard one for you, but we're gonna just try to be open and honest with our listeners, and so we actually have a pretty big caller complaint here. But like I said, we want to share it with our listeners because we're just not trying to show you the good. So here goes. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack there. I mean, as you guys heard there, he's disagreeing with the Johnson rankings. Anybody's rankings are subjective, Eric. I don't know how I don't understand the aggressiveness to have to go after someone's rankings. We put in a lot of hours.
Yes.
We put in a lot of effort building our rankings for the season. And quite honestly, I don't see the need to get so turned up about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's not like we record these podcasts, willy-nilly without any preparation. Just going to our top 10 Johnson list without any preparation. No, we put time into that.
why would we do that?
I appreciate constructive criticism, but that lot of bad words that and hurtful words that
Hurtful.
I don't think is really appropriate for any setting. So,
Yeah, and frankly, sir, you can go ahead and not listen to our show ever again. Go to bed. It's your bedtime. That's all. That's what I'll leave it at.
yeah. I bet you're a little baby and your mom wipes your butt.
Yeah.
So,
Freaking baby.
get out of here.
Get into the important task at hand here. The first quarter is kicked off. The Buffalo Bills are driving. Surprise showing by Zach Moss being in the game. A little surprised by that. Not at all the skill of his father, Randy.
Just a little bit. And Allen
Surprise amount of Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis with the touchdown.
Coming in hot this year already. Already coming in hot this year.
A lot of hype.
A lot of talk about him. Yeah, I mean, you got a good something on your hands going on when your own wide receiver on your team that's not you tells everyone to pick you up in fantasy. Stephon Diggs coming out saying, Gabe Davis, get him on your fantasy team. This is why. Absolutely crazy.
Came out hot. Little controversy though. The person who drafted him in our league didn't start him, and that person was Tyler Miles.
What an absolute idiot.
Gosh, Tyler, if you're gonna put that type of draft up there, you got to start your stars, right?
Start them to start them.
Mhm.
Start them to stardom.
5 minutes.
Start.
We'll work that out.
We'll figure that one out. I have them in a dynasty league, so all right, I'm feeling good.
All right. While the game here cuts to commercial, we are also going to cut to commercial. So enjoy the preview coming forward. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that preview for season 47, Dancing with the Stars, the White House edition. Some big names on there. We got Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Bill Clinton.
I really think Bill Clinton's probably the front runner. You can really see a lot of chemistry between him and his dance partner. I don't know, maybe it'll go somewhere. Maybe not. I just get a sense that they have quite the connection.
Like the connection, yeah, maybe below the belt connection. Anyways, a little bit of surprise in the game here tonight. We actually have a surprise start from Daryl Henderson for the Rams, not Cam Akers. So I almost said Clay Aiken.
You got music, dancing, American Idol, all sorts of stuff going on.
So the next segment we're going to cover here while we continue to watch the game and bring up major points is we're going to talk a little bit about drafts, highs and lows. Starting with highs, Eric, I don't know about you, but one of the big highs for me was the fact that we were able to drink about $2,000 worth of booze that we weren't legally supposed to drink. But when they say open tab, you just start drinking.
And when you ask, is it just beer? And she says, no, it's not just beer, it's everything. Game on.
Everybody orders Pendleton Sprites and old fashions.
Exactly.
So
I got my $45 worth. So
yeah. I think I got my first $45 in my first 2 drinks. But so that was a big draft high for me. Also crushing everybody that was on my bay for golf. I had some of the worst golfers I've ever seen. And that was a lot of fun. It made me feel really good.
I was absolutely terrible, so can't speak so much to my golfing prowess. But what I can talk about is my prowess at finding good wide receivers in the draft. Get out of here. Allen Robinson, Cortland Sutton, Michael Pittman. Oh my gosh, y'all are screwed. And speaking of, people being good at things, let's talk about people being bad at things. Colin Second pick, Josh Allen? Get out of town. Rookie move.
Round
Rookie
2.
move.
Grow up. Everybody knows you wait for quarterbacks.
Then round 5, everyone's picking, better quarterbacks, just as good quarterbacks as Josh Allen. And who does Colin go on and pick? Antonio Gibson. Okay.
Hey, at least he didn't get shot. right?
Yeah, at least he didn't get shot.
Anyway, did anybody draft the guy that got shot?
Okay.
Yeah, Wordegord, not a surprise. Not a surprise. Loves a guy that can take some steel. Loves a guy that can take some steel. A big draft high for me would be getting Alexander Madison underneath Eric right before he was going to get him. That was a little bit of a strategy pick. Number 1 strategy to piss off Eric. Number 2, he might get traded. Did hit the injury report today, which is a little concerning, but just a little muscle tightness. Sack by Buffalo.
Big sack.
The defending champs are coming out a little flat.
Yeah. Von Miller really wanted that one, and he got it. Wow.
As far as some draft lows, I think just in general, it would have to be tight ends. Just tight ends in general. There's like 3 people in this league that are probably happy with the tight end that they have. Beyond that, likely not. Let's see here. Justin's got 75-year-old Zach Ertz. Oh, he does have Darren Waller. There you go. Eric waited way too long, just like I did, and ended up with Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet, he was like top 5 in the league last year for reception. So
And he played.
I think he can turn those into touchdowns maybe this year, but we'll see. But yeah, waited too long. Yeah, what are you gonna do? It allowed me to get Dameon Pierce and potentially George Pickens. Could I have gone earlier and picked up anybody else maybe? So
I was a big fan of Nelson picking a kicker first. We all know there's a lot of history in this league with kickers. So I understand Nelson really wanting to devote some draft capital to that. Not a surprise at all that Wordegord was next on the board as far as kickers go.
I think second favorite part about Nelly is getting quarterbacks back to back. I think that was awesome. Does he have Matt Stafford playing tonight? I guess I didn't even see if he hasn't played tonight. Not looking good for you so far. Hopefully you did the under on the yards and touchdowns and completion percentage and quarterback rating. So
Yeah, I think one common theme of Nelson's team is just shitty drafting. So drafted 2 good wide receivers, yes, but both on the same team, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and then followed it up with a DK Metcalf who has, I'm pretty sure, a previous ticked off caller throwing balls to him. So not a lot to be too excited about. Brandon Cooks, I will say, is a good value pick, but
he got the best receiver on the Bears, so that's cool.
right now he's got the best receiver on 2 awful teams, the Seahawks and the Bears. Good job, Nelson. And the best and second best receiver on the Bengals.
And I know that this, draft for you, Nelson, wasn't really your favorite. You didn't make any of these picks. Would you let us know after every pick? Hey, that guy, it wasn't me. I couldn't do it. What's going on with my phone? How do these things work nowadays?
Give me a break.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah, besides that, Mila wants some more stuff. Give it to her. Running backs, who do I think came away with the running back win this year? If Zach can keep it strong with James Conner and James Conner can have a good year, I am just pretty high and mighty on Derrick Henry this year. I think that is a pretty solid pick. I think, in most drafts, he's going usually 3 behind Christian McCaffrey. But I don't think you're really in the wrong there. He's 27, 28 years old. But I think he's kind of has like a Marshawn Lynch career to him, where he's going to be a decent producer, kind of going forward for the next few years. So could turn out to be pretty good for him.
Yeah, a little high risk, high reward style draft with Zach, especially with his running backs. I mean, like Eric noted, Derrick Henry, James Conner, both and potentially in for a lot of carries this year, but have both shown recently some wear and tear, and there could be some risk there. Brees Hall, obviously a high risk, high reward type pick. I'm not really sure what to make of the Jets backfield or the Jets. So there's that. Yeah, I think that about covers my draft highlights. Anything you want to add?
No, I don't really have anything else.
Sounds good. Well, we're gonna just kind of cover down on what's happened in the game. The Von Miller got a little bit of a revenge sack on the Rams. The Bills are starting their second drive here, and it's a good start to the season, a good start to the first quarter. We see another touchdown from Gabe Davis. We might have a few more beers going down the hatch, I guess, is all we'll say. But
Big sack, Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald with his first sack of the year. What does that put him on pace for? Is he on pace to break a record? Probably. Von Miller's ahead of him though.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut, and we're sorry about the ad load on this episode, but we are gonna cut to one last commercial break before we return and to wrap up the show for No Pun Intended. Welcome back to the show. Hope you enjoyed that commercial by Lasco fans. Feel the breeze. We're going to jump right into our sponsored section, sponsored by Sleeper app. We're going to do a little bit of over-under. So Eric, I'm going to throw 3 over-unders your way and just want to get your take. Our listeners and a lot of our live participants, wow, look at tens of them, that are listening to the show. They want to get some over-under reads from you. So I'm going to give you this one. James Conner versus Kansas City, 48.5 rush yards. It's going to be likely a high scoring game, probably more of a throwing game. But
yeah, I those AFC West games are always shootouts. So I will have to say that I'd probably go with the over. I think with it being a shootout, people aren't really going to focus on the run as much, and they'll be able to pop off, a 10-yard run here, 8-yard run here. He should be able to easily amass, probably actually in the range of probably 60 yards.
Yeah, second one we're going to go here, I thought was a little bit of a surprise, not known as a pass catching running back by any means, but we're talking basically one reception here. Nick Chubb versus, who the hell are they playing? I lost my spot. Nick Chubb versus whoever, I don't think it really matters, versus Carolina, 8.5 receiving yards. I know.
Well, that's pretty much
it's like one reception.
Yeah, that's pretty much just one reception. So are they going to throw Nick Chubb the ball? I guess you kind of have to just take a step back. For the Browns, who's their quarterback? Jacoby?
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett.
I
think there's going to go a lot of running back throws, right?
Yeah, I think he's probably going to do quite a few check downs. I don't know how comfortable he's going to feel unless he's going to start slinging it. But I can't see that in his first start, especially going against, trying to prove to his organization that, he, is the guy, for a majority of this year, probably starting to solidify the starting spot, wanting to up his completion percentage against Baker. So I'll say the over again.
All right, and just jumping to a more hyped up player this year, Travis Etienne versus Washington, 21.5 receiving yards.
I would say one of Etienne's strengths as a running back is catching. He did it time and time again in college. That's kind of the type of back that he was known for in college. The only thing that kind of hurts him a little bit is Trevor Lawrence probably getting his feet under him a bit more this year. Maybe not dumping it off as much, maybe running out of the pocket and not really, having the option of some of those easier dump off throws to running back than the flats, more or less maybe outs by tight ends. But I think that this is the type of back Travis Etienne is, and I'll probably go with the over again. I just realized I didn't say a single under for any of those. but
No, and I actually think I agree with all of your assessment, Eric. That's all I got for you.
all right. And then I just have two quick ones for you. We're going with the best receiver out of Detroit, CeeDee Lamb, going up against the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Out of Detroit?
Or sorry, out of Dallas, going against the Tampa Bay Bucks. You know, pretty much known for their run defense, not so much their pass defense. The over under is 69.5 receiving yards.
You know, that's kind of an interesting one. I mean, the Bucks, while known for the run defense, do have a pretty good pass defense. But the thing is, CeeDee Lamb is going to be a target monster. Michael Gallup is still out for a couple games at least. There's really not a lot of targets. There's a lot of targets with Amari Cooper that need to be made up. Dalton Schultz already had a pretty big load last year. So I'm going to take the over on that. There's just with that type of volume, while he is going to take a lot of coverage, I think, and likely have a safety over top of him throughout the majority of the game, that's a pretty low number. And I think I'm going to take the over on that one.
All right. And then my last over under for the evening is kind of a controversial running back, top 10 running back on pretty much every single report out there. DeAndre Swift from the Detroit backfield. A lot of high praise for the kid, but there's also a lot of skeptics out there about the type of back that he will be this year. And I think that is very well represented in this over under of 50.5 rushing yards for the game against a Philadelphia defense.
You know, Philly does have a sneaky good run defense. I think one of the big concerns with DeAndre Swift, who was one of my targets in the draft this year, is the workload, right? I mean, he was fantastic last season in the games that he played, but in the games that he played is kind of a key metric there. And Jamal Williams is still around. The guy can tote the ball. He can tote the rock, as they say. And he's a little bit of more of a workhorse back. I do think there's going to be a pretty big split there, and they're going to work DeAndre Swift into the game a little bit more. I think it's a little bit risky of a pick because it just takes one pop run. I'm going to take the under there.
All right.
Any
Sounds good.
disagreements on your part?
No, I think he's relatively unproven from a statistics point, even though, as you said, he has been good when he's in. I think he's still kind of unproven based on total volume and percentage of time playing. But we'll see this year. It sounds like he's healthy. Sounds like he's been playing a lot of games. So I think this will be the year where he's either in the top 10 at the end or he's not. So.
Yeah, thank you. That wraps up our session for over under. Thank you, Sleeper, for sponsoring that. You always sleep better with Sleeper. Games starting to really take off here. Want everyone to enjoy the game and not spend too much time on the live stream here. We don't want to interrupt anybody's football watching. So we're going to wrap up the show. If you don't have anything to add, Eric.
Nope, I have nothing else to add. Mila has definitely enjoyed all the dove I've been giving her tonight, and hopefully she doesn't puke.
Yeah, thank you for the thousands of people we have watching the show. We will post a recording, and as we finish the show every single week, good luck to you, good luck to your family, and good luck to your team.